developer course class beginning in January 2018. I'm gonna try to go through this as quickly as possible and effectively as possible. Uh, I was asked to answer a couple of questions. One of them was the time I had to learn something new. I was in college. I studied chemistry. Once leaving college, I went to work on Wall Street and was on the first day, the first firm I worked for was handed Series 3 Commodities Brokers Licensing exam, and said that I had 3 weeks to take it. If I didn't pass it, I was fired. And so that was my day one. Uh, so I had to learn basically everything about finance from there that would be required to pass the exam and then to be able to do the job. Why are you interested in programming? I'm interested in programming because I was told to stay technical, which means that I was told basically to avoid, for myself, avoid the industries that are based on emotions of the market, politics, and all those types of things. Kind of stick to something that's a little bit more logical and metric, So I appreciate that. And I was also asked to explain one of the problem sets that we were offered to do, and I just chose to just do challenge one. And I did challenge one in the language of Java. And so what I'll do now is I will begin to go over for you uh, how I did that problem set. So first things first is create a public class. I call a public class challenge 2. In that public class, I decided to create a variable of the string, or create a global string variable, and I called it S, and I gave it the parameters of 100 possible operands, or elements. All right, so then I also said, you know what, I need an integer. I'm gonna call it words, and I'll initialize it as 0. Right? I'll tell you why later. Then I created the main method. The main method in Java is public static modifiers void, public static void, main argument, main title of the argument, which has components of string arguments. And I asked the user, prompt the user to enter a string that to analyze. I said maximum 100 words because I didn't want them to have an error or be out of bounds of this array that we created up here. And I created a scanner method because this is the easiest way for me to collect the information. And I created a scanner. In the scanner class, I created a object called input and initialized it, and with the parameters of system in. So it's going to be basically monitoring the system now. So then I created another string class element, and I named that, let's say, message. And I set message equal to the object input using the method of next line to assign to assign basically using this scanner object input to assign to message the next line that the keyboard will of the system that we are the host computer will be entering. Right. So then I created another string. Another string array called f that used a method, a split method, that's going to allow for me to break down whatever is entered into the next line into its white space, which is going to be, it'll split according to what's reported here. Then I ask the user, actually, I think that was it for that, right? I don't think I need anything else here. And then, so then now, all right, once we do that, once we can do is we can do a for method, for loop. And let's say we just take a string x and iterate through f, which is our new encapsulation of the data. So iterate through every element of f for string x, right? Every element for string x, and as it goes through string x, what we can do is we can do an if statement, right? If string x, every word essentially is character at index 0, which is the beginning, is equal to x's character at x's length minus 1, which is the last character now. We can take that word's integer and increase that by 1 as a counter or a flag element or flag variable. So once again, words was equal to 0, but now when we go through here and we go through each word that was entered in to the system, it is going to check that, it is going to check to see if the first character is equal to the last character. The element 0 or the index 0 is the first character within the string, within any string. The last character then will have to be the length minus 0, so it'll have to be offset by 1 because it's 0, right? So then we got that. Then all we do is now we let the user know what the analysis was. And there were an integer of words with the same first and last character. All right, now that this is basically the program done here, what we can do is we can actually enter in the classes, the libraries for scanner, arrays, things of that nature. So I'll just go here and grab these. Just copy, enter in the libraries. All right, now we're ready to run the program. Go here. I can go to the directory of my code platoon. All right, cd code platoon. And what I can do is I can open up an interface within code platoon and call it challenge 2. and I've already entered in, actually, in fact, all of the code here. So it's basically been like a copy and paste. If you like to see that done manually, we can do that too as well. Press I to begin to enter. Select all if you like. I think, no, you can't do that. So you can select everything in here. Go here, select all this. We can copy this. Then paste it. All right. Okay. But it looks like it basically just we actually duplicated it. So press. So we have to go by and erase all this. It's going to take a little bit of time. Basically, I just wanted to show you why I do that. I just wanted to show you that how you would typically do this using this interface, which would be a copy and paste. And I know I'm moving kind of quick through it because obviously my assumption is that I'm a student, so but I'm not. I'm not sure what type of interfaces are being used, but I know that basically usually folks are going to use they're going to use some type of development environment. Like I said though, like I'm a student, so I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, but it seems like if we do use this, then it's good that it's good to kind of get acquainted with compiling programs using this, using a terminal as opposed to a development environment. So now we can just compile this. So it's a Java compiler. And we want to add the class path Java compiled correctly. Now we can drop the class path and just compile the program. So it asks us to please enter a string that you wish to analyze, 100 words max. So we put tit for a tat, right? LOL, LOL, LOL. 5 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That beginning and end of the same character. We want to go back and hopefully not mess anything up, but press I to start to enter stuff in. And let's say we want to go back in and maybe list, which we can actually list what these words are. See, messing stuff up. Okay, let's list the words, what the words are. Come back. Didn't give us a list for some reason. All right. Well, basically, we see the program runs is going to make it a little bit more nicer.